What's going on, everyone? Happy Sunday. Hopefully everyone is doing well, staying safe, healthy, having a great day so far, and testing negative for all those viruses. It is time now for the Sunday edition of the Virus Update for Sunday, August 3rd, 2025. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. This is where I do the daily virus update on all those viruses that can make us sick. There's a lot of viruses out there. There's a lot of different things out there that can make us sick. I keep you informed on that each and every day. Today we're going to take a look at the latest news. And, of course, it's Sunday around here, which means wastewater update. Want to stay informed? Subscribe down below. Give this video a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with anyone you know. And leave your comments down below. Alrighty, we have a surprisingly busy Sunday, which has been happening quite a bit lately, but a lot of different things that I want to show you today. And then plus, we're going to look at least 10 minutes, if not longer, of wastewater sites, primarily in the U.S. for today. All right, starting off with this. This just came in, I just found it, but apparently it came in yesterday evening. Wisconsin confirms its first 9 measles cases of 2025. All appear to be linked to out-of-state travel, and it sounds as if we are yet again penciling in another state. Will we hit all 50 states this year when it comes to measles? I honestly do not know, but we're getting closer to it. I mean, we're really getting closer and closer to that number now. Taking a look at where we stood before this, we were at 40, and I believe now this means we're going to be at 41. So 41 states in the United States have now reported measles cases. You want to read this full story? There will be a post today on all the things used here. All right, Mike Trout, who is a baseball player, is battling an illness and is sidelined again as Angels strive to find a way without their MVP. That's just one illness story. I've been seeing several illness stories related to sports lately. I do have a sports illness tracking thread over on my website, datareport.info, and I will be updating that later on. And believe it or not, football, which, it's hard to believe. Yes, football season's starting soon. Training camp is going on right now, and preseason games, scrimmage games. Football is already dealing with illness as well. I've seen more than one player now have to deal with illness. All right, taking a look at this, Mike Honey on the variant picture around the world. Here's the latest variant picture with a global scope to mid-July. Growth of XFG stratus has continued, and it is now dominant at 44%. The NB.1.8.1 Nimbus is fairly flat at around 30% at this time, but you can clearly see here XFG. It's continuing to take over here in the United States and had taken over at around mid-July, so that is relatively interesting. All right, remember the SNL 50, Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary? Several months ago. Maybe it was 6 months ago now. And, well, we knew that some people had COVID there. We're finding out now that more people than we thought had COVID. And I shouldn't say the words we thought, because we all were thinking this had to be a super spreader just based on the actions. Some people were hugging each other. All these different things were happening. It was a big room of people. Well, turns out Eddie Murphy has now revealed that he had COVID. And then he also mentioned a whole bunch of other names. So, yeah, Tina Fey, Mike Myers, Amy Schumer, just to name a few. The list apparently was bigger than we knew about. I mean, we knew about at least, I think, 3 or 4 names. Now it's probably over a dozen names at this point. And it's sounding like maybe just the majority of the people got COVID at this event. So SNL 50 was the super spreader that we believed it may have been, and, well, now we're finding out maybe it was a little bit bigger than we had originally thought. All right, moving on to this. Oasis is supposed to be doing shows in Scotland. Well, it turns out Oasis concerts may be super spreaders at this time, and you know what? It's not just Oasis. I'm showing this story, but we're going to take this one step further. Yeah, take a look at this. And they are referring to the Stratus strain of COVID, which I believe is the XFG. I don't know why we're naming variants. It's been something that's been going on for a while. Omicron. It all stems back to Omicron. But take a look at this. I decided to type in COVID concert just on Google Trends to see what would happen. And I first started US, then I said, let's just try it worldwide, since that's referring to Scotland. And take a look at this. Oh, yes. I have this set for the past 12 months. And take a look at this. This summer, COVID is making an appearance at concerts, and people are searching for it. You can see here, at times, it goes all the way up to near 100. In fact, July 6th or 12th, it did hit 100. Look at that. Yes, people are searching for this. And you can see here, Singapore, Ireland, the United States, New Zealand, France, all top places that they are talking about. And look at this. You go back here, you go to related things here. Oasis, Black Sabbath. Now, we know that Ozzy Osbourne died. We know Ozzy Osbourne at one point in time did have COVID. It's not what caused his death. But he did his final performance, and that was a big show. So maybe that's why there's a relation to Black Sabbath. Maybe there was COVID at that event, but just take a look here. You can see just several different things are showing up here. Then you have COVID symptoms, 2025. You know what? Let's actually click on that and see what happens there. Oh, look at this. People were actually interested. There's high search volume for that. People searching as to what's going on with COVID symptoms. So that's relatively interesting. From time to time, we do take a look at Google Trends, and I'm sure we'll take a look at it again soon for something. Maybe I ought to tweet what I found here. I did not do that yet, but maybe I will. All right, it is Wastewater Sunday. Let's do our first initial part of Wastewater Sunday with this. This is a news story I found the other day, and I said, well, let's save it for Wastewater Sunday. Erie County Department of Health expands wastewater testing to include measles and even drugs. Yeah, this is real. Erie County, Pennsylvania, is going to be testing more things in addition to just COVID, influenza, and RSV. Measles, drugs. They're going to be checking all these things. I hope we'll be able to view the dashboard. I hope their website their townships or cities website will have something where we'll be able to see the wastewater samples on charts to see what's happening there. Only time will tell. I'll look into that. WastewaterSCAN is reporting that COVID across the United States is listed medium here on their July 31st report. Influenza A, Influenza B, RSV, HMPV, EV-D68 is listed at low at this time. But again, COVID is medium. And let's go to this post from Mike Horger, which shows the BioBot update. And BioBot does show COVID is increasing in all regions once again. You can see here, pretty much all regions, even the West, though it was a little bit smaller here, it is increasing. More on COVID and wastewater in just a little bit. Let's go over to the UK now and take a look at some of the viruses there. COVID, it went down slightly this week, 1,061 cases, that's down by 27 or 2.5%. Deaths, 59, that was up by 4. Healthcare says down by 237, but mind you, that 737 number, it's the same number we saw in the previous weeks. Taking a look at the positivity rate there, I went too far. There it is. The positivity rate is 6.02%. Actually, no, it's gone down to 5.87%. And let's see what's going on with measles. We have to actually type this in. There it is, measles right here. And they now have, wow, measles cases are going up. 674 cases there. Now, not as high as Canada or the United States, but in the last 4 weeks, 96 cases. So measles is going up in the UK. Taking a look at what is going on now in Canada. And the wastewater viral activity level for COVID is low. Flu A is low. Flu B is low. And RSV is low. In case you're wondering why we didn't look at flu or RSV in the UK, those viruses are not doing bad there at all right now, which is why I just decided, you know what, let's just skip that and move on so we can fit more wastewater sites in. All right, I have to show you this. Yeah, take a look at this. This is not good. The air qualities continue to be bad. Look at that. It's starting to spread into the Northeast. Some bad air qualities, wildfire smoke to blame, and some of it has made its way down the plains to northern Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi, Oklahoma, portions of Kansas, Nebraska, and you can see the Great Lakes are bad, the upper Midwest, northern plains, yeah, really bad. And we can take a look at that RAP smoke model, which we have been following. This is a weather model that we can use. Take a look at smoke, and we can see, as I advance this, the Northeast is only going to get worse, and maybe even portions of the Mid-Atlantic tomorrow. Take a look at that. right where I'm at here in Philadelphia. Then you move north to New York City. Yes, by tomorrow evening, there could really be some problems there. Tomorrow evening going into Tuesday. So we're going to really have to keep our eyes on that because that is not good. Hopefully it doesn't get too far down to the surface. If the smoke gets down to the surface, that is going to be bad for breathing. All right, moving on. Take a look at this in Pinellas County, Florida. A lot of calls right now. We're seeing sick person show up 3 times, breathing problems showing up a few times. We know breathing problems could potentially be COVID related. Taking a look at Philadelphia, we saw Friday's number already. We got to see if Saturday came in yet. No, Saturday did not. Friday, once again, was 752 EMS incidents. We'll see if Sunday's is in tomorrow. Again, I'm recording this video early. I think that's going to be the new thing for me on the weekends, is recording these videos early. All right, let's take a look at wastewater in Philadelphia while we're at it, shall we? And we can see here, so far, this update was on July 7th. Not bad. We're waiting to see what the next update will be for August. That'll probably be within the next 7 to 10 days, I hope. We'll see. Sometimes they don't really update. Taking a look at what's going on in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. Not bad right now. A few incidents ongoing. 9 total. Taking a look at Chester County, Pennsylvania. Whoa, this is bad. A lot of fall calls right now. And, of course, sick persons showing up. Heart problems. And a few other things at this time. Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Let's see what's going on there. We do see there are currently 5 calls there at the moment. All right, taking a look at the hospital situation in Pennsylvania. A few more hospitals listed versus yesterday. And how about New Jersey today? We just saw here, where did it go? There it is. University Hospital has a psychiatric issue at this time. All right, taking a look at what's going on with New York, and I thought I had New York wastewater queued up. We can get that for you. And fair warning, New York wastewater, you're going to see a lot of wastewater sites. Just don't even bother to update. Participating sheds, 34. In a state that has many wastewater sheds, but look how many are grayed out, meaning not updated. We can see that there are some moderate wastewater levels now in New York City. There may be a few higher sites within there. And the only other place to update is Western New York. That is still listed at low at this time. All right, taking a look at what is going on with Ohio this week. Ohio had a slight increase for flu and COVID hospitalizations. RSV went down. There's only 3 people in hospital there for RSV. All right, we have to take a look at what is going on in Florida. Yeah, wait till you see this. COVID-19 in southern Orange County, Florida. This page is just for Orange County. We'll see WastewaterSCAN and CDC for the rest of Florida. But take a look at this. Southern Orange County had gone up big. Now it looks like maybe it is starting to plateau, maybe a peak. I don't know. We'll have to see. Norovirus is dropping at this time, which is some good news. Taking a look at what is going on in Virginia, it is showing that there are plateaus going on at this time, but I question that. We'll have to see what happens there because the cases there have been continuing to go up. Slight increase this week in Los Angeles for COVID. Again, we're looking at COVID right now, and we can see here, yes, just a slight increase for Los Angeles, but overall, we have been seeing levels have been going up there in Los Angeles. All right, let's go over to the CDC page, and we take a look at COVID variants, and we can see here that the latest variant showing up in wastewater. This is not the CDC Nowcast page, but this is the CDC wastewater page, and we can see XFG as of July 26th in wastewater is shown to be 37%. I have been suspecting that XFG probably has taken over because it has been so long since that Nowcast product has updated, and there you go. It's showing up at 37%, which would mean it likely is dominating here in the United States. But then you have other, which is at 19%. Then you have XFG.3, which could potentially be what comes after XFG, which is now at 13%. And the fact that there's 90%, that's just other. There can be a ton of different variants out there. You may not necessarily test positive for the variant that is dominating. No. You could get one of those just random variants, and each and every one of those random little subvariants could do their own thing, which, hey, that could be dangerous because we don't know what these variants that are not in high numbers that just randomly pop up, we don't know. Any one of them could randomly be more severe. All right, let's take a look at the state, territory, and trends. And, well, right off the bat, we see Alabama. Alabama is listed high at this point for wastewater. And you can see here, they just hit high this week. It is continuing to rise. Not a good thing whatsoever. Let's continue on. How about we check what's going on in Alaska? And in Alaska, wow, very high listed there. Literally going vertical, like straight up. Well, yikes, that's not good. How about Arizona? Arizona for wastewater at this time is still low. That's good. And we can see here the state level there. It did not go up that much. It's almost ready to, I almost want to say it's almost listed here at very low. They're saying low, but yeah, it's almost ready to go deeper into the low category, but it did not rise a lot. California, we're just randomly going to go down the list here. California is listed at high, and look at the Bay Area. High to probably very high in that area, continuing to rise. Still a little ways till they hit very high on a state level because Southern California is not really ramped up yet, but who knows? It could go higher there yet. Let's take a look at Connecticut. We have not seen that state in a while. Connecticut has now found its way up to moderate for COVID levels. Yeah, the Northeast this year. We just entered August. The Northeast this year is rising a bit faster than I think it normally would. I don't remember where they were last year at this point up here in the Northeast, but it just seems the Northeast is starting to take off. Obviously, New York State was further along last year, but some of these other states were not. Delaware is now listed at high. Take a look at this. Delaware is, yikes, rapidly going up. If they continue at that pace, they're going to get to very high in no time. That is concerning. Washington, D.C., just one wastewater site there. It is listed at moderate, and it is going up quickly. Let's take a look at Hawaii. Hawaii is listed at very high, and yikes, they're going even further in the very high category. And of course, we got to take a look at Florida. You would think Florida's listed very high. It's not. There's a lot of wastewater sites grayed out here. It is listed at high at this time. And actually, you can see it dropped a little bit. Could it be Florida is getting ready to peak for COVID? That's something we're going to have to pay attention to. Maybe it would be nice to see that. Illinois, let's see what's going on there. Illinois at this time, low, but we can see the Chicago area is starting to go up at this time, and overall, they are about to hit moderate. A lot of that being from Chicago and some of these rural areas as well. Continuing on here, let's take a look at what's going on in New Jersey, shall we? And we should find that New Jersey is rising. Okay, it's showing a slight rise here, but I got to show you something on WastewaterSCAN from New Jersey. We'll get that in just a little bit. Here's my state of Pennsylvania. Yeah, Pennsylvania is still low. Yes, we are going up at this time. Let's go to the Pacific Northwest. Oregon, what's going on there? You can see Oregon at this time is still low, but though be it, they are rising. And how about Washington? What's going on there? I don't know how many wastewater sites have up there. Oh, a whole bunch of them. Moderate at this time and going up for COVID. Let's also take a look at Texas. And we can see Texas at this point. Wow. Texas is very high for, wow. That's bad. Jesus. That's just real. Wow. Texas has just skyrocketed. And there's nothing higher than very high on this chart. And you can see Dallas area, Houston, Austin, San Antonio, you name it. It's very high. Just very few areas are not very high at this point. Yikes. If you're in Texas, please take some precautions. All right, let's go over to WastewaterSCAN because I want to show you several things. First off, medium for COVID in the West, medium in the Great Lakes, high in the South, high in the Northeast. I got to show you some wastewater sites and take a look at New Jersey. Yeah, we're seeing 3 wastewater sites listed at high. Bridgewater, New Jersey. I'm concerned about this wastewater site. Now, this just zoomed out on me. Didn't want that to happen. It's not supposed to do that, but there we go. Bridgewater, New Jersey. Take a look at this. Yeah, it's rapidly going up, and this is over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's over multiple updates. Probably the last movement you can X out, but even if we X that out, yeah, Bridgewater, New Jersey is going up for COVID once again. This is not good. RSV is fine. Everything else is fine at this point. Some hepatitis being detected. But yeah, Bridgewater, New Jersey on the rise. Also in New Jersey on the rise. Oakhurst, New Jersey. Let's see what's going on there. That's starting to go up as well for COVID. All right, let's go somewhere else. Let's go down to, look at Florida. All the wastewater sites in Florida are still going up high. What's going on in St. Petersburg? Let's just go to Northeast St. Petersburg. Hey, that wastewater site has peaked and is dropping at this time. That is good to see. New Orleans has also been having problems. Take a look at this. Also problems over in Mississippi. as well. There are a lot of high wastewater sites right now. There's New Orleans. You can see New Orleans has continued to go up. There's Texas. Now, WastewaterSCAN for Dallas area, as you can see here, is not as bad as what we just saw for CDC. So that's rather interesting. But if I zoom this in, there are a few wastewater sites here that I guess are not very high. So that would make sense. Continuing our way, let's go to the Great Lakes. Great Lakes is still medium. Taking a look at Warren, Michigan. What's going on there? Just a slight rise there. Not terribly concerning for COVID. Let's go out to the West Coast, where, again, things have been heating up in the Bay Area. And we can see, take a look at that. Both San Francisco wastewater sites are now listed high. Yeah, that increase there is a little bit bigger now. We can also take a look at some other viruses here on WastewaterSCAN, but more importantly, we do want to take a look at measles. And we can see here measles are still being detected. Where? This time in Kansas. What is going on in central Kansas? Let's see here. We do have, look at that, a measles detection there. And we also want to take a look at Michigan. Where was that? Traverse City, Michigan? I'm not seeing that listed anymore. No. Have we finally lost the detections of measles? Look at that. Finally, they have ended their measles detections, which they were seeing for a very long time. Alrighty, folks. That does it for the Sunday edition of the Virus Update. Yeah, we'll have another virus update again tomorrow. I did not get to everywhere with wastewater. I mean, I could sit here all day doing these wastewater sites. We would have an hour-long video. Maybe one Sunday we will just do that. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe down below. Hit that notification bell. Share this video with anyone you know. And, of course, leave your comments down below. Ways to support the channel down below. The new memberships on the channel are coming soon. I think I may work on that today or either tomorrow and get that set up. Of course, we'll take a look at more wastewater sites and hopefully the Walgreens update if it comes out tomorrow. I will see you again next time. Until I see you again next time, stay safe, everyone, and have a fantastic Sunday afternoon. Thanks for watching.